Today, the Central American state of El Salvador became the first nation in the world to adopt Bitcoin as an official currency. The country hopes to attract more investments, tourism, and also save its citizens money when they transfer earnings back home from the United States. The US dollar is also legal tender in El Salvador. Salvadorans, however, haven't welcomed the new currency with open arms. Protests took place across the country ahead of its rollout, with people expressing concerns over its stability and benefits. The launch of Bitcoin in El Salvador was also marred by technical problems affecting transactions. For more on this, we're joined by Yves Bennaïm, chairman of 2B4CH, a non-profit think tank in Switzerland focusing on the social and financial transformations brought by Bitcoin and its blockchain. Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight. So, we've heard the rollout in El Salvador came with technical problems. How stable can we expect Bitcoin to be as a national currency?
I think it's been stable for the last 12 years, considering that the network has been online nonstop for the last 10 years. It's more than Google, it's more than Facebook. It's a very, very stable technology. Unfortunately, of course, everything that is new has glitches, you have a few hiccups. And it's a very ambitious project to add a new currency, let alone a currency that you don't 100% control for a whole nation. So it is a little bit anticlimactic, but it's really nothing to be worried about.
But El Salvador, I mean, does the country have the infrastructure to support and sustain the energy-intensive Bitcoin?
So the network is actually international. The energy that Bitcoin consumes is consumed in, let's say, Canada or Europe or the US. El Salvador will be benefiting from an international network that is extremely powerful and extremely resilient, and just like the internet, they will be able to benefit from that without having to spend all the energy to sustain it. So yes, in general, I think if people in El Salvador have a small computer or a very basic smartphone, they will be able to benefit from Bitcoin on a daily basis without any technical hurdles.
And finally, do you realistically see any other country adopting Bitcoin as its currency?
Well, at the moment, what is really interesting is that El Salvador is, of course, a small, relatively small country. So the wave, the tide that is Bitcoin is raising all the boats, but the smaller boats are going up a little bit faster than the bigger ones. But with El Salvador importing a lot and having a lot of remittances coming inside the country from overseas workers, it's only a question of time when we will see this Bitcoin being used for paying for importing, for international trade, for example. And we can see that other countries in Central America or South America who have not such a stable national currency and who are not dollarized will be benefiting from having the Bitcoin coming from El Salvador. So yes, it's really just a question of time.
All right, Yves Bennaïm, Bitcoin expert in Switzerland. Thank you so much tonight.
Thank you for having me.